Hi everyone! Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about being a single mom in Korea. So I became a single mom in Korea back in 2015, and before my son Tyler had the cancer. And the hardest thing at that time, at the beginning of my single mom life, was finding a place to live, because I was living in an apartment with the key money, deposit money that my mother-in-law paid. So because I was divorced, I needed to move out and find a place on my own. But Korean apartment or place to live, it's really hard to find because you have to pay a lot of key money to get a room. So in my case, whatever I saved, what I had back then was $10,000, and that was the really minimum of key money, because previously the apartment I was living and how much my mother-in-law paid for the key money was $30,000. And this key money is deposit, so you can get 100% back when you move out, but just the amount is so much. So as a single mom, it was really hard for me to have higher key money. But if I have lower key money, I have to either pay really high rent or live in a really low quality apartment. So at first I was trying to find a place in Seoul, preferably near the hospital that Thai was going to, and which was line for Haewha station. And I looked around, and the place that I can get with $10,000 key money is one room or two rooms, but half basement. All over the place that I looked was half basement. So if you're not familiar with half basement, it's not completely basement. You have window, but it's just half middle. It's not the first floor, it's not basement, but in the middle. So what you get is you get less sunlight. And later I was told by Korean people, like, you don't want to get half basement because it gets moldy, and usually you have water problem with bathroom and toilet. So I decided not to get a half basement housing in Seoul, but I decided to go outside of Seoul. So I went to a city called Wijeonbu, and there I was able to find two-bedroom apartment on the second floor with $10,000 key money and $300 rent per month. And it was quite big, so it wasn't really bad, but it was in like a restaurant area with bars, so we had to deal with a lot of nighttime noise, especially the summer when we open our windows. People singing karaoke or drinking and eating, sometimes fighting, shouting. So, but still, space-wise, it was really nice, and I was not 100% happy, but it was decent than the half basement apartment that you see in the movie Parasite. And so I was having a hard time at the beginning. That's how I got my apartment. But later on, I learned that there were many kind of support system where I could have lived in a better apartment, but I didn't know. So who helped me later was this center called 한부모 가정 지원 center in Incheon. So what it is single parent family support center. And I met the president, President Hee-jung Jang, and she helped me a lot by telling me what kind of support system, the government gives, or support money I can receive. And also, I became the member of the center so that I was able to join the regular meetings or events. Because their office was in Incheon, I couldn't really frequently join, but I tried to drive 2 hours to bring my boys so that they can play with other kids and I can meet other single parents. And also they had events, something like overnight camping event, or we visit rural area of Korea and we visit kind of like zoo together. So although we're single parents and it's usually difficult to bring kids outside, because of this kind of event, all the mothers can support each other and let kids play together, and at night mothers can drink together. And so I really enjoyed being a member of that center. And of course, it wasn't just single moms, there were single dads too, but the majority were single moms. So when I was looking at that president, she inspired me a lot, and she was a role model for me because she herself is a single mother, and she went through a lot of difficulty living as a single mom. But she didn't stop there. What she did was, because she knew how hard to live as a single mom, she decided to start this NPO and support other mothers, to make a community where we can support each other. So I was like, wow, this is great, So it gave me, it added more idea about my story from adversity to advocacy. That's what she was doing. She experienced adversity, but she is actively sending message out to other people by building NPO and making events and different activities. And she contacted me, and now I wanted to show this activity that they're doing during the month of May, because May 10th is Single Parent Family Day in South Korea, and it was officially decided back in 2018. So May is kind of the month to increase the awareness of single parents or single parent families. And one of the things that this 한가지, the single parent family support center started, is called 꿀벌 project, and it means honeybee project. No, it's called 꿀벌 후원. It's called honeybee support. What it is a lot of times single parents, kids in single parent family cannot receive regular allowances like kids in two parents homes, because a lot of times single parents are having more financial difficulty. So this program is to receive donations from people and send certain amount of money, which is 30,000 won, roughly $30, to elementary school child per month, and 50,000 won to a middle school child, and 100,000 won, $100 to a high school student. So you can join this project. You don't have to pay 30, 50 or 100, but you can just pay by make a group, and say if you have 3 people and one person just pay $10, but 3 of you can make $30, then you can support one child per month. And so they are looking for contributors, donors, donation. So I really hope that if you're interested, please visit this website on this flyer, and you can start, you can ask questions. And they want 1-year commitment so that the child can receive the allowance for good length. And of course, if you want to renew the 1 year, they're welcome to do that. And I decided to join this support program because I lost my son. He would have been 14-year-old this year, and he would have been third year in Korean middle school. So I would have had, or he would have been a middle school student. So I decided to pay 50,000 won every month to support one child, thinking that I am giving this allowance to my own son Tyler. So I hope many people, if you know anyone who's single, parent family, or if you feel like you want to support anybody who's in single parent family, or children growing up in a single parent family, please visit the website and start the donation. So today I shared my story of little bit, tiny bit of my story of being a single parent in Korea, and who inspired me. And there is a really amazing woman who started this NPO and making the ripple effect by making different kind of support projects. So my question to you is, what kind of adversity have you gone through, and how are you supporting others who are going through the similar kind of adversity? Or even without going through any adversity, who are you supporting right now? What kind of people who are going through what kind of adversity are you supporting? So thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and see you next time.